Well,
So I don't know. But it's I'm scared. But I'm always scared, But
really?
I'd be more scared if I felt like...
That's surprising, because you're so adventurous. That's a little surprising.
I know, but I'm not... I don't feel like everything we do is great anyway. I think we stumble upon things that, for me, sometimes are really great. But I don't really know. I don't know. It's not like you can predict if it's really going to, communicate to people. I hope it does. I think it will. But I would just say, we intended to make this double record, and we didn't want to be restricted to even just song structure. We wanted to see where some of it would lead us with whatever freedom we thought we allowed ourselves by making a double record. And it did lead us. It led us in some very strange directions, and we went with it. We didn't try to stop ourselves. And so it's I think it's cool. But I don't know if I'll think that a year from now. I sort of describe it sometimes. We got done with it, and the very next day I had to do an interview about the record, and I woke up the next day as if I had blood on my hands. Like, I woke up
really?
Like, what did I do? Did we? What happened to us? Kind of like you're sober after a long night of getting drunk out of your mind or something, wondering what you'd done. I kind of felt like that, but exhilarating at the same time. I mean, it is just music and art. I'm not really hurting anybody,
So are you going to play some of those new songs here?
We are. There's a couple of these songs that have been there. You can get them as downloads when you buy tickets to our shows and stuff like that. So I know a lot of these are circulating on the internet anyway. And so there's a couple we're going to play. Convinced to the Hex, which is the first song on the record, and we're going to play Silver Trembling Hands, which is another track that people I know are out there, so they won't be utterly new to some people. They'll have already known the song, and that's always exciting. I think when bands get to play their newest material, you feel this energy of like, yes, that's where I'm at right now. But it doesn't mean that the other stuff isn't of us. I sort of feel like, when you play a song, 1,000 times, part of you is your body knows the song so well that you're doing it without having to put the energy into it. And sometimes it feels strange when you compare it to a new song where you have to think about it and put this energy into it. But I don't know. Yeah, it's always great to play new stuff.
So are you going to play some covers too? Maybe.
Well, tonight at Pitchfork, there is this command of the sort of presentation where you're
the request,
the write the night, yeah. And for us, we sort of we didn't know for sure, but we sort of thought if people were to write the night, so to speak, write the set list of what we were going to do. In the back of my minds, we sort of thought it was going to be the songs that we play every night anyway. We already kind of knew what songs our audience wanted to hear. So for us, there wasn't really anything on the list that we weren't already playing. So we added in a couple of our very strange, obscure songs that we know some utterly obsessive fans would want to hear, and so we'll play a couple of those. But for the most part, no. A lot of it is our most popular songs that we have played all the time anyway. I mean, I think that's kind of what we are all about anyway. I mean, we kind of let our fans decide, what are the songs, and those would be the songs that we'd want to play, the ones that they want to hear, I mean, we like all the songs. We wouldn't have them if we didn't like them. But to know that the audience, is really, if that's, when you go to a show and the band plays your favorite song, I mean, that is a good moment. Yeah. I mean, I saw Radiohead here in Chicago a year ago at Lollapalooza.
You're a big fan of them?
I am a very big fan, and they played my favorite song there, and I was like, I mean, I forgot where I was. I have to say, when that happens, so I want that to happen at our shows. I want whatever song we're playing to be a certain segment of the audience's favorite song, and them to feel that, oh, that's my song, And so yeah, that's a great service, if you can call it. That's a great service that a band gets to do for someone, and I know what that feels like, being a fan of, when you get to hear your song. It just changes your life. Yeah.
Okay, just one more question, right. And I debated asking you this.
Okay.
It's another corny.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They're all even better.
Goofy questions, because you had that, and I was thinking about it. I wrote the question, and then I was thinking about it before you answer it. Like, what's it like to be? Because your song's about being in space, and then I thought you have that line. And do you realize we're floating in space? What's it like? The question is, what is it like to be in space?
Well, part of my fascination with space is probably from when I was, young, growing up. I was born in 1961, so even now there's a lot of talk about going back into outer space. So I think I always thought in my adult life that we would all be living in outer space, like living in Star Wars is. Of course, that didn't come true. A lot of music that I like, I think, is expansive in that sense that it talks about the unknown, and outer space falls into that. I've made a movie, Christmas on Mars, about living in outer space. I think I'm not completely obsessed with it, but I think it's one of the fascinations of the future and the unknown being in space. I think, unfortunately, what might happen is when they finally finish the International Space Station, we know a couple of people who work at NASA, and we've asked them to put us on the short list of bands that would be the first bands to play in outer space. Okay?
Oh my God!
Right? And we should be one of them, don't you think?
I know. Sure.
But I fear that it may actually come true, and then I think, oh my God, I'll have to get in one of those rockets, and I'll have to have a suit on where I'm peeing and stuff inside my suit. How will we get all our equipment up there? I'll probably have to walk in that space bubble and some sort of no gravity thing, and so it'll probably come true. And I don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but I would do it. In the embracing of the unknown, embracing the new, embracing the absurd. I certainly would do it, but I don't know. I don't know why my mind goes to that so often. I think it's because it's sublime and it's beautiful. As much as I like outer space, I love animals, and I love sunsets, and I love music and women and all. There's the list would go on forever. I love trees and everything about the world is worthy of a curious mind. Just observing it all. But I know it does come up a lot. I know. I can't justify it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's about it.
Well, that was great. I thought that was a great interview.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. Well, thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad I was part of your. It's Blurt, right?
Blurt.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I like it. I did some blurting, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thanks.
Okay.